Blessings Soul Family. This is Jennifer, and I am here for your Evolution Intuitive Reading. And if you have not already, I would like to invite you to subscribe and like to our channel so we can continue to bring you content. So this reading today is for July 6th, Wednesday, July 6th. And if you haven't already, I'd like to just invite everybody to take a moment to set their soft intention for the reading for today. What you would like to know, what would you like to let go of, and just connect to that space in your heart and your divine within, and just start connecting to the frequency of the intelligence that we are going to receive through the cards, through the divine, and how that's going to show up in our life today. So I'm going to start pulling the cards and see what the divine wants to show us through these beautiful cards. Okay, so the first card that's showing up today is the 10. And the 10 is really showing us that we're going to be receiving new earth ideas and downloads. And downloads can be fun. It can just be that idea that pops into your mind, that feeling, you got to get the chills and then you just know something, or you see something and you get chills and it kind of confirms that information within you. So, be aware today when the divine wants to show you information with those ideas that just sort of pop into your head. This is what we are all expressing today. And the divine is going to confirm this through our reflection, through the 11. And, the 11 is really the mastery number. And it's at a higher intelligence. It's beyond what we know. And it's kind of what we're always searching for, right? that next thing. And so the divine is really showing us that yes, we're receiving information today, and it's reflecting that the information that we're receiving is accurate and that it's coming from the divine in the highest frequency available for us today. So this next place is like that underlying frequency, that underlying place where things kind of feel like they're stuck sometimes, and it's that hard place to get things to change, or what appears to be hard, what feels to be hard, the challenge. That's the 8. And that's that place of personal power, worldly power, and abundance. And really, it's the frequency right now is there for all of us to step in and step up and go in to that divine within, who we are, who we came here to be, and step out into the world and to be fearless, bold, and confident with who we are. Because we receive information, the divine is giving us a reflection of, yes, you receive this information, and this is who we came here to be, within our personal power and our abundance of the information and who we are and how we can show up in the world. So what does that mean? How are we going to use this? How is this going to come to fruition in our life? So this next step is the 7. And this is the communication with source and seeing beyond the illusion. So sometimes we feel like we're looking at something and there's got to be more to it than what it is that we see. And that is really the truth, that our reality that we're existing in is an illusion that's based on the programming that we've experienced from past experiences. And when we can do our personal growth work, but also take a moment to connect with our divine within and feel those frequencies, that intelligence, the downloads that the divine wants us to experience, and to know, and so we can see the beyond the illusion and see beyond what it is that we, for example, in the mirror, that reflection that we think we're getting in the mirror. Because sometimes what we think we're seeing in the mirror, you know, if we're looking at ourselves, for example, and we're saying things to ourselves such as, I look tired, or I look like I'm aging, or the exercise I'm doing at the gym, I'm not getting the results. Those are perceptions. And we're seeing that through the lens of the old programming. So it's time to look beyond the illusion and let go of that need for reflection. So how does that continue to show up in our life? We've identified that we're going to look beyond the illusion. So this is the 5. Well, it's 23. When we bring that 23 down, this becomes a 5. But when we look at this number, look at this card, this is freedom of choice in all situations. And it's when we let go of the victim mentality. And it's following this card here, the 7, this place where we are seeing beyond the illusion, and we realize that we have the freedom of choice in all situations. So if we go back to the previous example that I gave of like looking in the mirror and going to an old belief system and thinking that what we're seeing and how we're trying to manifest and create something, that we're not seeing the results that we want to see, knowing that we have the freedom of choice, that we can let go of that need for reflection and feel within our body. But how do we feel? Do we feel stronger? Do we feel more confident in our personal power? Do we feel like we have the freedom when we move our body around, because we've been doing those exercises, and I'm using that as the example. So knowing that we have the freedom of choice. And the way this is all going to take form, starting here from this download, moving up to this final space, is the 26, which reduces to the 8, which is really the mastery of personal power, because we have embodied this. We are no longer needing the reflection for confirmation that we are in our personal power, because we feel that within ourselves. We've, what's the best way to express this? We just feel it in our gut. It is that inner knowing, and it's unshakable and unflappable, and it's a beautiful, beautiful frequency to be in. But it's also because it is based in our connection and in our relationship with the divine. And there's nothing stronger than how we create our relationship with the divine and how we move through the world. So today is really about our strength in our divine connection. And it all starts with those downloads that we get, those hits of divine intelligence that start our day moving into our personal power, solidifying our connection with Source, allowing us to embody this in the frequency of freedom, and knowing that we have personal power because our choices come from our connection with our divine within. So we're going to just let this frequency download now, and we're going to follow these numbers here. We have 1, 11, 8, 7, 5, and 8. And we're going to watch this information come in now, this code, as it sets into the DNA. It activates this intelligence that already exists within you, activating the epigenetics to support this freedom in personal power, in abundance that is supported by your connection and your relationship with your divine within. Thank you, everyone. So much love. Namaste.